Hello, and welcome to Chore Day. I look dark. Maybe I should turn this light actually on. Ugh, bright. Ugh. So, Chore Day, more commonly referred to as Saturday. Saturdays are the one day a week that I don't have to do anything for work. So, I mean, it's not like we're working from home. I could have done any of these chores during the week, and I just didn't. So I always end up with this stuff I have to do on Saturday. So some of the things we have to do. All I've done so far today is play with Lena because she was crazy. So I had to go actually wash a whole bunch of brushes and my face and brush my teeth. And then I have to scoop the cat litter, check over Roger's terrarium, feed Henry. I have to clean the cricket container because I think they're actually, like, the rest of them are dead at this point. And that's actually great. I love letting them, like, and by the rest of them, I mean there's like 2 left in there, and I'm pretty sure they're not alive anymore. I like the cricket container to become empty so that I can clean it, because you really don't want crickets living in their own filth. Then they're going to end up with parasites from eating their own poop. I know it's disgusting, but that's what happens. And then if they get parasites, then I feed a cricket with parasites to Roger. He's going to end up with parasites. So I like to let it empty so that I can completely clean it. So we're going to do that. And then I'm going to tend to my plants. That's going to be my favorite part of this video, I think. And I have bought some new pots, so we're going to repot some as well. But first things first, we're going to do these brushes. I only have a couple. I didn't really wear, like, lots of makeup this week. I did wear makeup a couple of times. And we're just going to wash these. So after brushes have been semi-adequately cleaned, I have to dry them. So I take a microfiber towel, this one, I just squish the moisture out of the ends of it, like this. Alright, once that soaks in, I'm going to use my Josie Maran moisturizer, and, that sound was my cat jumping off my parents' bed. Yeah, I lost my train of thought, so we'll just move on. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to scoop the litter box, and what I do with that is I scoop the cat litter into a biodegradable dog poop bag, and then I throw it out that way. It just is easier. Hopefully you're in focus. I kind of can't tell. It looks a little dark, actually. Turn the light back on. At this point, I had probably seen almost every episode of My Cat from Hell that's ever been made. And there are so many people who own cats who just think cat poo is just revolting. And I just don't get it. Like, obviously it's not my favorite thing, but it's just poo. It's just your cat. Like, it's part of having a cat. Scooping the litter is, I think, less gross than picking up poop from a dog. I really need more litter, but I have to order some. So once I order some, it comes in, then I'll do a complete change, but for now we're just scooping. And I saw a gecko poop in the terrarium, and I was going to pick it up and put it in that poop bag with it, but there were already little springtails and isopods on it, so that's great. I finally did add the dwarf white isopods to the terrarium because they had kind of settled in and propagated. they sort of settled in and they were becoming more prolific and there were more of them and there were some babies, so I added them to the terrarium, so we'll see. Time to feed the fish. Well, that didn't go very well. For those of you who don't know, this is my beta fish, however you want to say it. His name is Henry, and I bought this tank for him in February, and for some reason, the lights already don't work. So today he's just getting some regular old pellets. There. Okay, so usually I would clean the cricket container outside in case I had any strays. But I know that there aren't any strays, and I'm kind of in a rush because I didn't know. So my friend Alyssa, she's great. I love her to death. She often will go to PetSmart for me and get crickets. And I told her that I was out, and I expected her to go at some point in the next week or so. But she didn't. She went today, so she just dug up a whole bunch of crickets. So what I do first is I shake the hell out of these tubes to make sure there's nobody in there. So typically, if I'm cleaning the container and there are crickets left, what I'll do is I'll chase them with the tongs into these tubes and then dump them into a separate container and then close that container and then clean the cricket container without them in it. The water always really sticks to the bottom of the container. And then I just take the corners I need a second hand. Let me just put you in this bag. Dump it in there. And that's that on that. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to take that paper towel. This is just vinegar and water. We're going to wipe it all down. I'm going to have to go rinse this in actual water to get the rest of it off, which is really annoying. So while I'm there, I'm going to rinse these with water too, and I'm going to take all the bottoms off. Okay, so now that the tubes have been rinsed, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another paper towel. I know, so wasteful. I'm going to twist it like this. Here's the thing, the crickets love these tubes, and they're also disgusting, so I just really want to make sure that, you know, I've done my best to clean it. Cricket drink. Cricket food. Okay, so let's go get the crickies. Okay, is my camera still on? I don't know what's up with these crickets from PetSmart today, but there's like a worm in here. I don't think you're going to be able to see it, but there's a worm. And I think there's a second one too. So I'm gonna get these in here, and then I'm gonna pick through to see if I can find this like worm thing and dispose of it, because I don't know what it is, and I'm afraid of the unknown. Oh my god, Abby cut through the bag. Whatever you are. Well, that's disgusting. Okay, so that's gonna go in here with its two little wormies. I always feel bad when I buy crickets and they like beeline for the water dish. Like they're all in this corner already. So we're gonna do this probably the opposite order you think I would, because I want to get the lid on first, and then we put the tubes in. And there we go, a fresh cricket container. Now on to something you might like a little more than crickets, and that is plants. So these two plants of mine, especially the string of pearls, whoop, needs whoop, more water. Let them sit, let them marinate. And then we're actually gonna repot my crispy wavy fern into a terracotta pot, because I think I'm chronically overwatering this, so I'm hoping maybe the terracotta pot will help me. Here's hoping this helps save my crispy wavy. Why is the soil pack so tight in here? I can't even get it out. Well, that could be why this plant's not growing. Because the soil was so tight. I would like to point out that this container is where I keep my eyeshadow palettes. Now, we're going to throw all this dirt back in, nice and gently, without packing it in. How come other plant YouTubers never get this dirty? Well, we're just going to see if that helps. So my camera died earlier, but pretty much after I repotted the crispy wavy plant over there and then watered a couple of other plants that need to be watered, I bottom watered this succulent that my sister bought me. I couldn't figure out how to like water from the top, so I just put some water in the pot and hope for the best. That's my little cat grass right there, and my thyme plant that I think I've killed. Basically the only other thing that I did that's kind of an experiment is my peperomia pixie here was getting really tall and really leggy. So I cut all the tops off above a couple of like little tiny nodes, and then I sat them all node side down, obviously, in water. Let's see if I can show you. I don't think I can get that close, but it's in the back, right there. And if it grows roots, great. If it doesn't, I mean, oh well. This really needed to be cut back regardless, because it was just so tall and ugly looking. So we'll see. If it grows roots, I'll plant them all together so that I have a fuller plant, but if not, I tried. And I think there was another plant or two that I wanted to repot, but I can't remember what. Like, Lena! Lena, stop whining. You can't go outside. Lena, did you know I can hear you yelling from the other half of the house? Did you know I can hear you yelling because you want to go outside? You can't go outside. You're an indoor cat, you goof. Lena, did you want to eat dinner? Did you want to eat? Come on. Hello, welcome back to Chore Day. I want to be very clear that on this Chore Day, I actually haven't done anything other than what's been on camera. I watched 2-hour-long videos by Summer Rain Oaks, and that wasn't on camera, and that's it. So now it's nighttime. You can tell Roger's light has automatically turned off already, and I have to feed Henry again, and then I'll shut his light off, and then I'll shut the plant light off, and then I'm going to make some food for Roger, and then that'll be the end of the video, because then after that, I have nothing else to do, so I'm just going to, like, make a beverage and sit here and watch Dr. Pole all night. So let's get used. You can see Henry. Oh my god, I thought I was recording and I wasn't recording. I totally thought I just did a whole clip for you feeding my fish, and I didn't record any of it. So I've now fed the fish twice. The second time was supposed to be on camera, but I messed that up. The light on Roger's aquarium has auto shut off already, so once Henry eats his food, I'll shut his light off, and then I'll shut the plant light off. I just came over here to check on the isopods, and because they're Armadillidium klugi, they like a little bit of a drier substrate. They look pretty good. I just wanted the sphagnum moss in here that I do keep, so that they have sort of a wetter corner, is like really dry, so I'm just gonna like spray it. Just so they have the option, you know? And then that way, by spraying just the sphagnum moss area, the rest of the container is dry, but they have a spot, you know? So realistically, when you think about the fact that we're in the middle of a global pandemic, I should probably be a little bit more, I don't know, careful or smart or something when it comes to making like eco food, but I really just pour some food into here and mix it and see what happens. So after I've added water to a random amount of powder and I've added a random amount of water, I just mix it and see what happens. Because this is science. And I get it to what I think looks like a consistency. Not particularly any kind of consistency, but just the consistency. I think that's too dry. Usually I decide it's too dry and then I add more water and I end up making it too liquidy. But I think I have a decent, like, sort of thick concoction this time. So this is the consistency that we're working with right now. So it's very sort of like a thick smoothie. So I'm just gonna go put this in the terrarium now. So then when I bring the food in, can you see? Yeah, you can see that. Just come over here, I open the door. It's already like 9 o'clock, so usually he's awake by now. I don't know where he is. Raj, where are you? There you are. Some of you told me that you don't get to see like how big Roger is in my video, so this is how big Roger is. Here he is. Here's a boy. He peed on me. There's some pee on my finger. Your pee-pee on my hand smells really fucking bad. Look! Oh my god! He's beautiful. Oh, he's backing up, backing up, backing up, backing up.
There he goes. Why are you so extra? You jump out of my fingers.
He's a geck. He likes to jump. So obviously I feed the animals more than once a week. And I scoop the litter more than once a week. But it's a combination of the fact that I had to do them all on the same day this week. Usually it's spaced out a little bit better. And then the crickets as well. And then all the plant stuff, because I kind of didn't really do a very good job at doing that throughout the week. Kind of made this my chore day. Obviously it could have been worse. I realize that most people have to do many more things in a day than I have to do. I'm just lazy, and so that seems like a lot to me. But now all of the lights behind me are off, and they will all turn back on tomorrow morning. But that means that I am free to do whatever I want for the rest of the evening, which is probably just watch, like, Dr. Pole. Or Ghibli movies. They have Ghibli movies on Netflix now, so maybe I'll just watch Kiki or something like that. Yeah. So anyway, thank you for hanging out with me for a chore day. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. You subscribe if you've not subscribed already, and I will see you next time. Bye!